Hi, gorgeous Pisces, and welcome to August 2019. August is very magical, but it's kind of intense. If you think about the Leo and Virgo energies, which is where many of the planets are going to be hanging out all of August, these are in energies that are really focused on making things happen. You know, they want to manifest. I mean, don't we all? But these energies, you know, Leo is very much the creative fifth house, heart chakra, leadership energy, and Virgo is the detail-oriented, physical, grounded materialization energy. And so the two together, you know, as we move through these energies, it's really this time to get real with what we want, real with how we're showing up. All of that energy is coming in. So collectively, we're working on that. Not only that, but we're coming into August off of some really powerful eclipse action, which I'm sure you guys felt in Cancer and Capricorn in July. And we also had that Mercury retrograde that was working through Leo and then into Cancer. And on July 31st, we have a new moon in Leo, in your sixth house of your health and your daily habits, along with Mercury going direct in Cancer on that same day. And then we start July. So what I want you guys to think about is Mercury post-shadow is always an interesting time, because what we're doing there for the next several weeks and really all of August is we're taking everything we learned in July as things were going retrograde and we're implementing, moving it forward. And so we're kind of going back through the same territory but going forward this time. And so you're retracing some steps, but you're also starting to implement change. And I'm actually a really huge fan of this month for my Pisceans out there, because Leo season, there's so much energy in Leo. We have Mercury moving back into Leo, Mars and Venus and the Sun are in Leo. All those energies are infusing your sixth house. And this is great energy for you to feel healing, to feel body integration, and to feel that you are kind of connecting a new frequency with your physical form. Emperor, wow. That's a bold, bold energy for you, Pisceans. That is a visionary energy. That's a new beginning energy. Eight of Cups. Okay, travelers, creators. Page of Wands. So this is going to be a great time for you to take really good care of your bodies and to also feel re-energized. I think this could be a fantastic time for you to do any healing you need to do. Eight of Wands, and to feel honestly physically energized. The energy is pouring right into you. And of course, as we move through Leo season, we get into that energized space where your bodies are kind of working with you and working in concert with you. We also start to move into Virgo season. We have a full moon first in Aquarius, so in your 12th house, that spiritual house, getting illuminated, really illuminating how you're connecting to source, how you're connecting to your essence. That will be a very spiritual, dreamy moon for you, so you may be finding that you're feeling a little private that day. And then after that full moon in Aquarius, we really start to have the energy moving into Virgo. Venus moves into Virgo on the 21st, Mars enters Virgo on the 18th, the Sun enters Virgo on the 23rd, and Mercury enters Virgo on the 29th, and then we have a new moon in Virgo on the 30th. So everything is just pouring straight into Virgo, and Virgo is your oppositional sign. So as we work through Queen of Cups, hey Pisces, what's going on? We are starting to get into a really beautiful time of year for Pisces, which is a great check-in time. So when you get into your oppositional energy and all that energy is pouring into Virgo, it does something really cool. I've really noticed this with your oppositional sign, with oppositional energy to you. It's a great way to get perspective and to feel like you kind of have a fresh take on everything going on in your life. It's a great way to take stock. Four of Cups, as I say, take stock, Four of Cups comes up. It's a great energy to take stock of where you've been working through things over the last 6 months and where you want to take it next. It's also really powerful energy when it comes to relationships, when it comes to how we love, and how it comes to how we connect on the deeper, more interpersonal. Fool, I love it, you guys. Interpersonal connections, and where we're wanting to open up more and where we're wanting to make shifts. So Virgo energy is pretty powerful for you guys. You're gonna feel it in a pretty powerful way. And that's actually where a lot of the potency of this month, Hierophant, is going to be coming in for you. Another thing to keep in mind with the astrology this month is we have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus. Uranus, the planet of revolution, we've been really working with Uranus in a totally new way now since March. And this retrograde's great for starting to implement some of that radical change that was starting to come in, starting in Pisces season actually. And Four of Wands, wow, you guys, you got some great energy this month with the cards. I'm really loving what I'm seeing here. So we can talk through this, but Uranus retrograde is a great time to start implementing those changes. So once again, August just has this focused, determined, clear-sighted kind of desire to implement, to commit, to choose, to be bold, to be fresh, and you are no exception there, but there's something going on with Pisces here. I'm looking at your energies, and you have a lot of initiating energies, like a lot. And when I thought about your note, which was that, you know, I'm noticing that your body and your soul are kind of working well together. There's a harmony, there's a conversation going on. It makes sense because it's like you need that energy to roll through what I'm seeing here. You started with the Emperor, right? The Emperor is, you're on a journey. You are on a journey, Pisces. There is movement happening here. And for the most part, what I'm noticing is the choices you're making, the decisions you're making, the way things are manifesting, it's really positive, right? Maybe you have an Aries in your life. I know the Pisces-Aries connection, those neighboring signs, we can't resist them, can we? So some of you may be working with an Aries closely or have an Aries around you, absolutely. But the other thing with the Emperor card is he's the initiating father. You know, he's a creative force and an initiator. And so when he's showing up, he's standing at the threshold of a new energetic cycle. And he's standing at the culmination of an old one. He is the number 4 in the tarot. So he represents culmination and decision making from a place of knowledge, like making decisions based on experience and making decisions based on knowing something, right? So there's no looking back here with the Emperor energy. There's kind of this relentless forward motion, and honestly, that's what I see here for the Leo season, is that this isn't about what's been before or what you thought was true in May. You know, this is a month where I would recommend you write down what you think is going to be happening around that new moon in Leo on July 31st and see what's actually going down on the new moon in Virgo on August 30th, because these next 3 cards tell me there's a big journey ahead. 8 of Cups is bittersweet. Yes. It's often about leaving behind something that's no longer serving, right? And so it's kind of like the party's still going. It's a fun party. People seem to be having a good time, but it is not for you anymore. And you have to turn your back and you have to hear the laughter and the clink of glasses and still know you deserve something different, that you're craving something different. And so there's an understanding here that what was working for you, maybe for a long time, and maybe was really good and is, you know, on paper you can still look at it and say, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing that I can actually say is terrible about it, but I know I want different. It's matched with this firepower, right? Page of Wands, and it's an 8 of Wands. What was I just saying about relentless forward motion? These cards just scream change in quick, fast ways. You know, this is manifestation energy. Fire energy is all about how we move through the world, all the actions that we take, not just the way we think about them, not just the way we feel about them, but just moving on it. Not even what practical things we have to do about it. This is pure energy moving forward, right? So this can be breakthroughs. A lot of times the way I like to see the 8 of Wands especially is like a magic carpet ride. It's like you're suddenly on this zooming vehicle, and it's taking you to these new horizons that you didn't necessarily, I mean, you knew you wanted them, but you didn't know they were going to come in this quickly. You thought, oh, maybe I'll have a couple of months. Maybe it'll happen in 2020. Maybe I'll start to consider that question a little way down the way. This is coming in and saying, let's do it now. Why not? Let's just do it now. I don't need to wait. I don't need to overthink. So what's really interesting for me is your cards, these first 4 cards, there's not a lot of looking back. Even 8 of Cups. It's that thing. There's a sacrifice to be made in change, right? You want to live in a new city. You want to start a new relationship. You want to shift what you're doing with work. You know that you're leaving behind one aspect of life, whether it's being single and being able to do whatever you want, or whether it's moving into your own space and then having spare time. You know that something's going to change. You know that something's going to be left behind. And honestly, what I kind of feel from this reading is that you guys don't actually feel that bad about it. You're kind of like, yeah, that's going to go. But I'm okay with that because all this other energy is so forward focused. You have a lot of fire around you. And one thing to keep in mind, Pisces, with that is, with the fire energy, with the Emperor and the Page of Wands and the Eight of Wands, it's taxing energetically. So once again, keep an eye on your energy systems. Make sure you're checking in. Make sure you're not overloading yourself with jolts and shocks, because it will kind of wear on your system a little bit. And you want to make sure that you're having sustaining energy if you're going to make this big of a change. Now, the second half of the month continues to be kind of amazing. I'm really into your energy this month, because what's going on here is we have all this big fire movement. We're gonna get stuff riled up and moving and on a course. And then once Virgo season hits, once we get into that full moon in Aquarius, and then we start moving all that energy into Virgo, you guys have something to think about. Because something's happened in the first half of this month that's making you pause and use all your intuitive skills, and using some time to rest and reflect and get in there to think about what this means now. Because there's a decision coming up. There's a choice to be made. There's something that you're deciding you are going to dive into. And it's immense. It's exciting, connects to your heart. It almost feels bigger than you, like Source is moving through you with inspiration without you really even totally understanding all the other dynamics of what this is going to look like when you jump into this. So take a pause in the middle of the month. Let all of it integrate. Go into your deep, wise Piscean ways. That moon will be so helpful. That full moon in Aquarius will be so helpful for that. Because these last 3 cards are about commitment and finding your path and finding your footing on the road. Fool, Hierophant, 4 of Wands. I'm a little bit envious of you guys this month, because this is some pretty amazing stuff right here. You're putting your foot on a path, but not just any path. The Fool can sometimes feel a little wild, right? Because the challenge with the Fool is that we have to go into this new energetic cycle, start at the 0, with an open heart and open mind, and no focus on the past or the future, just purely in the present, right? It's not basing our decisions off of fears from the past, not basing our decisions off of fear or anxiety of the future, right? The Fool can often feel almost precarious and scary when we're in this mode, because it's really new. It's also very exciting, but the Fool is modified by the fact that it came out with the Hierophant. Because the Hierophant is about the establishment. It's about the grounding. It's about the consistency. It's about the commitment, the balance. What's already known, what's taken shape, what's built into the foundation and the core of your being. And this is about building something off of something very well known. This can be about committing to a path. It can be about learning from a deep institutional place. This can be about education. This can be about your spiritual journey, and this can also absolutely be about partnership. But whatever new beginning is going on here has everything to do with building into something long-lasting, profound, substantial. And your top card, this is the overarching energy for the month of August for Pisces, is the Four of Wands, one of my favorite cards. It's a culminating card. 4 is this beautiful number of culmination. You got the Four of Cups too before, and you had the 4 with the Emperor. 4 is a very important number for you this month, and so is 8. 4 and 8. 4 of Wands is about, it's another commitment card. Getting what you want. Celebrating. Feeling right where you need to be. Making it. Choosing it, knowing it. There's not waffling going on here. There's not confusion. There's not difficulty. There's not drama. There's just knowing and being present. And in fact, all 3 of these last cards are about that. But I tell you what, it's the thing with this path is it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's such good stuff. You have to agree to it, though. That's why we have this pause here with the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups, because in this choice, this path, this investment is going to change the dynamics of your life in big ways. And when we have a moment where we are doing that work, and it's exciting, it's kind of one of the best times in life when we're sitting there and we realize that in opening this door, we are really going to be living something different. But we have to agree to it. We have to be open to it. And you have to take that pause to do so, because it will shift around the dynamics of your life. It will shift around who you are and how you're moving through the world. And take that time. Take that time to listen into your soul, to know that you're agreeing on a heart level, so that you can step fully into it feeling empowered and strong. Now, September is going to keep this dialogue going, because once again, we're going to continue with more mirror season for you Pisceans out there, with more Virgo energy and a lot more to come when it just comes to shifting of roles and identities. But we'll get there when we get there, when September rolls around. I am so excited. Let me finish this reading out with some affirmations for you, my lovelies. I am energized and whole. My body and emotions help me to understand and create in new ways. I love and nurture myself onto the path that is meant for me. I love you guys so much. You can find me on Instagram at SarahVerba. I would love to see you over there. You can also find me on my website and with my email. I'm going to be opening up sessions for the fall. If you'd like to get on the list for when those sessions open up, you can email me so I can let you know when that's happening. I will leave all of that info in the description box, along with PinkLune's gorgeous link to her Etsy shop with all her beautiful crowns. This lapis crown is mine, and I love just wearing it around. It makes me feel so grounded and safe. So go check her out if you're interested in having ethical handmade jewelry in your life. She's a personal friend that I really love. I will see you guys for more mirror season in September, more moon magics, more fun and excitement down the road. I love you guys so much.